everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Danica for those of you who are new here, and today we are in my kitchen. Welcome, that's my living room behind us. We are here today because I thought it would be super fun to share a very easy and quick yoga sequence that will help open your heart, open your chest, stretch through your front shoulders, and just feel super good. So go ahead and hop into some yoga clothes, roll out a mat, and let's get started. Starting in any comfortable seated position on your mat, you can be in lotus or half lotus or just legs are crossed. Placing the hands on top of your knees. Closing the eyes, we'll begin connecting to our breath. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Breathing in some love and gratitude for taking the time to do this for yourself today. Sounds like there's something going on outside, so I hope you can't hear that. One more deep breath. And then begin rolling out your neck. Rolling it in all directions. Pausing in any areas that might feel tight or tense or just any areas that are holding extra energy. Go ahead and pause. Stretch it out. Tucking the chin in forward. Letting the head drop back if that feels okay. And then begin rolling through some seated cat-cow. So you're gonna inhale, arch your back, open your chest, draw the shoulder blades together, and then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, open the chest, exhale, round the back. Move through these with your own breath on your own time. And slowly start adding extra movement to these. So rolling around as if you're scooping out peanut butter from a jar. So trying to get all the edges. Inhaling when you get to the top, rolling through, exhaling, rounding your back. Remembering to breathe. And going the other way. This should feel super good on your spine. One more time. Good. From here, go ahead and plant your knees. We're gonna lift up, coming to a seated position on the tops of our feet. From here, we'll go ahead and inhale, raising the arms up, planting the right hand to your side, sending your left hip over, finding a bend. You can bring your elbow to your mat or just leave it up, but trying to find a stretch from your hip all the way out through your fingertips. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, sending it to the other side so the right hip will drop off, right arm comes up. Left arm comes down. Finding a stretch from your right hip all the way up through your fingertips. Rising up, inhaling, then dropping the fingertips behind your back, opening up through your chest. So really drawing the shoulder blades together. Letting your head drop back if that feels okay, just as far as it wants to go. Making sure your shoulders don't shrug up. And then open your mouth up wide. Maybe stick out your tongue, wiggle it around, releasing all that tension that we build up right here. So just staying open. One more breath. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands on your knees, round out through your back. Bringing your chin to your chest, releasing your spine. Good. From here, go ahead and start to walk your hands forward. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Keeping the knees where they are, walk your hands forward into a puppy pose. So letting the chest sink down onto your mat, bringing your chin or your forehead to rest. Remembering to breathe. And not place any judgment on how this feels, but just allowing it to feel good. And then rolling all the way up and through, coming onto your belly, placing the hands into a Sphinx pose. Begin rolling out through your neck, both directions. Making sure the shoulders don't shrug again here, so keeping a lift in your chest. Remember, we're opening up our heart, not closing it off, so letting the head drop, letting the head come forward. And then send the arms out to a T. You'll lift your right leg up, keeping the left arm planted and rolling over onto that shoulder. This should feel super good in the front of your shoulders. This arm can stay on your mat. It can come behind. It can come to your leg, wherever it feels good. Breathing here. If you don't feel this stretch very much, walk your arm closer to your head. So the closer up it is to your head, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. Two more breaths. Good. Rolling all the way back onto your mat, on your belly, and then sending the right arm out, rolling right onto that side. Good job, you guys. Breathing your way back to center. Go ahead and plant your hands under your shoulders, lift up and all the way back into a child's pose. So just sitting, you can send your knees out wide or keep them close together, but just a child's pose to release. To release our shoulders and our low back for a minute, you can roll your forehead out on your mat. And then again, rising up on your knees, keeping your knees where they are, walking the hands out into a puppy pose, letting this pose sink a little bit deeper than the first time, so really allowing that your chest to drop onto your mat as far as it feels comfortable. You don't want to ever be in pain, you just want it to stretch. Rising up, coming onto your belly again into that Sphinx pose, but this time instead of Sphinx, walk the hands out a little bit more, press into the fingertips and lift through your chest into this extended cobra pose. So cobra is typically right here, but we're pushing our hands out just a little bit, so it's a little bit gentler. Again, not shrugging our shoulders, but letting them relax, pushing into the fingertips. And then if you want, walking the hands back, dropping the chest, and coming up into cobra. Really pulling the shoulder blades together. Remembering to breathe. And on an exhale, lowering all the way down onto your belly, letting yourself rest for just a moment. Good. Planting the hands under your shoulders, pushing all the way back onto our knees, and then curling the toes under, finding this low malasana squat. So wiggling out here. If this is a little bit too intense for your hips, you can come up a little bit higher onto the toes, or just finding a position here that feels good. So coming to this low squat, maybe walking the hands forward to release our lower back. And then we're gonna twist to each side to open our heart and twist all at the same time. So planting that left hand down, opening up, bringing the right arm up, remembering to keep our chest open, gazing up at the hand or just forward. Exhale, releasing, and planting the right hand down, just going to the other side. Inhale, the left arm up. Keeping that chest open. And exhale, releasing. From here, point those toes forward, come onto your knees, rising up this time. And here, we're going to do a small back bend so we can really open our chest, really allow our heart to receive love and compassion, forgiveness, whatever your heart needs to receive today. So if you want to go into a full camel and your body feels okay, you can grab the back of your ankles, letting your head drop. If that feels a little bit too much, you can just bring your hands to your low back, making sure your hips are pushing forward, letting your chest come up, and letting your head drop back as much as feels comfortable. Holding this pose for as long as you want, and then exhale, releasing, curling the toes under, pushing back into malasana, and walking the hands forward to release our low backs. Remembering to breathe. Good. From here, drop the knees, come into a comfortable seated position, planting the feet out in front of you, bringing the knees as close to your chest as you can. Inhaling, opening your chest. Exhale, hug the knees in, tuck your chin, round your back to release all of that back bending that we just did. Giving yourself one last big hug here. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope your heart feels open, your chest feels open, ready to receive and give love and kindness. Remember to take care of yourself today and show yourself some gratitude for taking this time for yourself. Namaste, you guys.